All right, good afternoon, everybody. Yes, you already had my intro, but I do have to say I love coming back and talking at SGAC, and just to kind of echo some of Davide's words. This is such a great opportunity for you guys, not only to meet people like us that have launched into our careers. I was going to call myself a dinosaur because officially I'm a dinosaur. But also for you guys to meet each other, because SpaceGen really is critical. I'd say it was central to my career, certainly, but really important for you guys to meet your peers. You guys are going to be the ones taking over and taking the reins, and these connections that you create here will last for decades. So get in there. I understand one of the themes of today, of SGX this year, is connecting people. And so I wanted to kind of meld that with some of the work that I do during my day job of selling tickets on New Shepard, on our suborbital vehicle, and talk a little bit about how exactly we are doing that. And by zooming in particular, on our first human flight, which was just a couple of weeks ago. So here is New Shepard out on the pad out in West Texas. Again, this is our suborbital vehicle, goes up over 100 kilometers, where our customers will be able to see the spectacular views from up there in space. But I think, we've seen all sorts of rocket launches, all of us in the space industry, but I think once you start putting people on board, it becomes different. So the vision at Blue Origin is millions of people living and working in space. And obviously that's not something that's going to happen tomorrow. We go at it at Blue Origin step by step, ferociously, of course, as you guys have probably heard our motto. But again, to be able to achieve this, but also in what it will achieve, it requires connecting people. And I think that human spaceflight, again, is so critical. So the first crew here we have, and talk about connecting people. We've got Oliver Damon on the left, 18-year-old from the Netherlands. We've got Wally Funk, who I hope you guys got to hear about. She, at 82, became the oldest person to have ever flown in space. She was part of the Mercury 13 group of women that was going through some of the training to become an astronaut in the 60s, and then that program was canceled. And so she had been waiting since the 60s to go into space. And then, of course, we have Jeff Bezos, our founder, and his brother, Mark Bezos, because, again, when you're connecting people, he knew that this was going to be an incredible experience, an incredible opportunity, and who better to share it with but his brother. So here in Van Horn, I hope there we go. So Van Horn, this is where our training center, but also launch site is. We call it our launch site 1. It's this beautiful place out in the Guadalupe Mountains out in West Texas. You fly into El Paso and then drive about 2.5 hours east out on I-10 to go to this launch site. It really, because you're out in the middle of West Texas in the desert, it gives you this. Whether you want to call it spiritual or ethereal sense when you're out there, it's an incredible place to train and to embark on this incredible once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Now you go through 2 days of training. So if you were to come fly with us, you come in on, let's say, I was going to say today's Monday. It's not. It's Tuesday. Let's say we landed in Texas today. Then the Wednesday and the Thursday are spent training. We get you into our simulator. We go through ingress and egress. We go through emergency procedures. But let me tell you, again, during this whole process, you are building these incredible bonds and you are connecting with the people with whom is on your crew. I know this quite intimately, in fact, because I was able to go through the training myself. The team, you can imagine we did several astronaut rehearsals prior to our first human flight on July 20th. And what was a lot of fun, we were the last, by the way, we were the last of those, and we did it earlier this summer, and we called ourselves Astronauts, A-S-T-R-N-O-T-S. because we did everything but go up into space. But let me tell you, that was an incredible experience for me. For somebody who's always wanted to be an astronaut, to be able to go through, again, all but the flight bit really was really touching. It's something that in my career I will never, ever forget. And the other thing that I won't forget are the people with whom I did it. We had a couple of people from within the company, a couple of people from outside of the company. But through this training, through the several days of working together, because there's a team element too, we built these bonds. And even today, you know, we're on this text chain exchanging, you know, space stories and space gossip and, you know, celebrating each other's achievements. You really build these connections. So talk about connections here, of course, you know, Jeff Bezos and his brother Mark, they've been best friends, but you can imagine once you sit on top of a rocket and go to space together, it's only built even tighter bonds between them.
Feels good to be in the flight suit.
Oh boy, you guys look great.
Welcome, astronauts, to Launch Site 1, and welcome to the Astronaut Training Center. This capsule is the RTS Tortoise. It is a full-scale mock-up. How you guys feeling?
I have
Good.
I literally have had goosebumps since I started. Like, they haven't gone away.
There's Wally already having the time of her life. That woman, if only, if only I had the same amount of energy as that woman does today, even at 82. She is a total rock star. So then after the amount of, 2 days of training, we then put you on top of that rocket and you're in for the flight of a lifetime. So the rocket and the booster take off together. They launch and ascend up to about 75 kilometers. And at that point is when we separate the capsule from the booster. And at that point of separation, we let you unbuckle.
Boy, that happened.
Go, guys! Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's incredible.
Woo! I love it.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Look at the blackness of space. You just have to wait for it. Who wants a Skittle?
Oh, yeah. Throw one.
Waist?
Yeah! Well done!
Your waist?
Here, toss me one. Let me try.
Can't get
I
it
got
up.
you, I got you.
Oh, wow.
No,
Awesome.
keep going.
You're so good.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
Woo!
This is incredible.
Man, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
different, isn't it?
It's a little different.
I cannot.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, sweetheart. Wonderful. Mwah.
So yeah, I don't know if you guys got to catch that flight live, but for me, to hear the audio and then now finally to put the pictures together, I could hear a couple of times, I said, who wants a Skittle? Who wants I'm like, what the heck are they doing up there? They were having a really, really good time. And when they came back, of course, the emotion didn't stop there. Again, I love this photo because the look on this woman's face, for somebody who had been waiting 60 plus years to go to space, and she finally had that opportunity. In between, by the way, she was collecting every single certification that the FAA had on their books. She applied for NASA multiple times, and she kept at it, and we were so proud to have been able to fly her. So with that, I'll say, this is the type of experience that space, but human spaceflight has to offer. I feel so honored and proud to be able to work at Blue, to be able to obviously be part of the team that helped these four get to space, but also help other people that have been waiting for decades, their entire lives, to go into space. And so I'm really excited that all of you guys continue to be in the space industry, no matter what part of it you are. It's about connecting people, whether it's on human space flight or through technology, communications technology, whatever it may be. We're doing a lot of important, fun work, and so keep it up, stay with it, and especially continue to be part of Space Generation. It's going to be a really important part of your career. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and thank you for being flexible.
Of course.
So we do, in fact, have Deborah Factor this time. And Deborah is the head of U.S. Space Systems at Airbus Space and Defense. So please welcome her to the stage.